And we are live. What is going on, LBHT crew? Panthers Nation, Ravens Nation. We both did what we had to do today. We got the wins. All right. Look, both situations were they weren't the prettiest of situations, but we did what we had to do, and that's what's important. All right. Look, we're gonna start off with the Ravens, okay? Because the Panthers, look, Bryce Young had an excellent day. Wasn't perfect, but it was a really good day. Career day, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to that. We'll get
Panthers record for passing yards.
all right. We'll get to that. Ravens, woof, woof. And I'm not even gonna be too critical on them because they got the win, right? Even if you got to win ugly, even if you got to do it against a third string quarterback, you do what you have to do. And I want to give a shout out. Well, first of all, the score. Let's go over the scores. The Ravens win 23-16. Panthers win in overtime 30-27. All right. This is easily Lamar Jackson's worst game of the season. Okay. Now, O-line didn't help him. Ball catchers didn't help him. Okay. But he still didn't look great out there.
No.
Derrick Henry, coach is pulling me over to his side. I think you're making this argument too that like Derrick Henry is just fighting behind a terrible O-line, and for him to get the yards that he was getting, that he's been getting, is just amazing. I mean, the touchdown that he had in the game, I mean, it was all him. Okay, he had to stand the defenders up himself and push himself into the end zone. That 50-yard run, I mean, maybe they were gassed, that one play because they're getting into the backfield every other play. Maybe they're just a little tired. They had their hands on their hips, and he just kept on fighting. But this O-line, I think they've gotten worse.
Yeah, you know what Derrick Henry kind of reminded me of, and I don't remember if it was Mufasa or Simba, but one of them when they were fighting the hyenas. And like they're just having to knock them off themselves, and like it's just you look at them and you're like, you better than that. Why are they giving you so much trouble? But it's because Falele and Kuru don't help. Don't give him a lot of help. Keaton Mitchell let a pass bounce off his hands for an interception. Lamar threw one. They said it was the defender that got it, but it looked to me like it went off of Rosengarten. Like he threw it off Rosengarten.
I'm pretty sure it went off his helmet
in the air for an interception. It was an ugly day all the way around. And when Shador came in, I assumed that they would that was it. They were going to lock it down at that point.
Yeah.
And he immediately threw an interception, right? But they still let him hang around, and if Shador could have made the throw, they would have tied that game and sent it to overtime.
Look, I'm gonna say
the tying touchdown was open in the back of the end zone.
So I thought that too. I was like, man, he missed that. But when they showed the other angle, that receiver didn't break fast enough. Because Shador threw it where he should have thrown it, because that guy didn't break until after Shador was throwing the ball.
Threw it out the end zone though. Like it was long regardless of where that or what happened. Like he should have hit that receiver. He threw it out of the end zone.
That receiver was just standing there. He was standing there watching them. If he had broken, I think he was just trying to throw it away, right? I think because when he had to go and throw it, the receiver, who was it, Isaiah, whatever, he was still standing next to the defender. He was just standing there. Had he started running that way, I think Shador would have said, "Okay, let me try to hit him."
You throw it into the open part of the end zone. He threw it out of the end zone. Like had he thrown it in the end zone, Bond would have run to the ball and caught the ball. There was no one there. But
no.
He
Bond was
out of the end zone.
Bond wasn't going to catch up to it. And Bond was going to catch up to it. He started to break too late on that. It
looks like he started to break too late because he threw it so far out of the end zone. Like he threw it hard and out of play. If he had thrown it to the back of the end zone where there was nothing but open space, that was a touchdown.
I don't agree. He started to break way too late. Way too late. You're standing there watching your rookie quarterback, run around. Like you have to move around, like you're just standing there.
And that's fine.
But that's okay though.
But you don't have to throw it as hard as you can to the back of the end zone, and that's why he missed the field of play.
No, I think he's just trying to throw the ball away, But that's okay because he had a bunch of other bad plays that we can break down.
I mean, he went in there and I mean that interception was terrible. I mean there was like I know he was getting hit. There was no receiver there. Like he was between two receivers. He was straight to Wiggins, but he made some good plays as well. He was I would say most overall, some missed throws, the missed touchdown, the interception, but he made some plays but you saw the parts of what's kept him off the field also. Like he holds the ball too long and he's just he kind of drifts in the pocket and just kind of waits for something to happen and takes sacks and makes bad throws when he's getting pressured like that.
Listen, he's a development player. You see some of his strength, you see some of his weaknesses there. But for this team, our team, we're supposed to feed on that, right? Yeah. And they did. They try to let him get back in it towards the end there. I didn't like that. But look, they close out the game. You play who's in front of you. All right. I'm not gonna really harp on the defense. The offense, man. Outside of Derrick Henry, everybody looked bad. Derrick Henry and Todd Monken, Todd Monken, shout out to Todd Monken. He saved the game. I hope you guys realize that. Baltimore Sun. Okay. I hope you realize that. Baltimore banner with your hit pieces. Todd Monken saved this game because that O-line, oh my God. I listen, I understand. Myles Garrett is out there. I get it. I understand. He can't be stopped. Everybody else, man, like you're letting guys get in there unblocked every time. Every time we get down to first and goal, this is my one criticism of Todd Monken. Every time we're in first and goal, we hand the ball up the middle to Derrick Henry, and it's automatically we getting hit in the backfield. Don't do that play anymore. Okay, don't do that play anymore. But that fake tush push with Mark Andrews, it was 4th and inches, and he ran it to the outside for a touchdown. That was a genius play. We needed something like that because, yes, we might have gotten that first down there. What happens after that? Who knows? Right? He decided to take matters in his own hands and call a play that can get us the win right then and there. So props to Todd Monken for doing something to get a spark going in this game.
I ain't seen Mark Andrews run like that since 2019. Like yeah. I thought he got around there and he got the first down. I was like, okay, that's cool. You got him. A little tendency breaker there because you always do the same thing when Mark lines up like that. But then he got them long legs extended. He's like, I'm going all the way. And I was like, no, you're not, Mark. and like, he's slow. So we had this whole conversation, but he got there. So, shout out to Mark for making that play. It was a great run. It was a great run.
Shout out to Mark Andrews too for breaking the Ravens record for most receiving yards.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen. It's still a record.
It is.
All right.
It is. It's still a record.
It is low, y'all. So it is low. But congrats to him.
It's still a major accomplishment.
Yeah.
For sure. So shout out to Mark Andrews. He's had a very, very good career in Baltimore, and I look forward to seeing him continue it wherever he continues it next year.
Yeah. Let's get some shots to the chat, man. Yeah, who we got up in here? We got Osmond in the house. Salute Osmond. Says, hey, fellas, hope all is well. A win is a win. Facts. Game too easy. Said, I don't want to hear it, B.
I ain't even say that. Listen, I don't.
Let's keep it cordial. He said, let's keep it cordial tonight. My Falcons let me down. All right.
Let's keep it cordial. You be talking a lot of trash, game. You be talking a lot of trash, and I keep telling you, we own Atlanta. You led number one pass defense indeed, my friend.
Just Alan, what's going on? Says hello, everybody. Well, at least they won despite the O-line. Oh my God, man. Yeah. Spirit of Justice says unpopular opinion, but this shows how Bateman is important.
Not really, but sorry,
I
man.
don't.
Like
I don't. I
listen,
don't, I
I
don't know.
appreciate how you're keeping that flame lit for Rashad Bateman.
What did Bateman do when Lamar was out?
And like again, this was a lot of sloppy play. Like Rashad Bateman wasn't going to block. Rashad
Right.
Bateman wasn't going to catch that ball for Keaton Mitchell. Rashad Bateman wasn't going to dive in front of that pass that bounced off of Rosengarten's head. I mean, it was a sloppy game. That's fine. I mean,
I would argue this shows how important Tez Walker is, because last time Tez Walker was in the game.
well, that's the other part. You can't really make that argument when they didn't activate Tez Walker in his place.
I know, but he played last time.
No, I'm talking about that shows the importance of Rashad Bateman. They didn't activate his replacement. So,
yeah.
I mean,
let's see. Urban in the house. Salute. What's going on?
I got you, Barry.
How?
He said that's why I said it's unpopular. No, if they had activated Tez and you saw absolutely no difference in the offense and Tez didn't do anything, then I could see coming in here and making that argument. But they didn't put Tez out there. They said, who filled that spot? Rasheen Ali.
Oh my God. What's going on, Zeke Hokage? Salute to you. Yolanda's in the house from Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Thanks for coming through. Dewan 100 says, "What up, fam? I really hate Harbs." Hey, I mean, look, it is what it is, man. Ferris is in the house. What's going on, Ferris?
I guess he was active. I didn't watch the whole game because we were
who, Tez Walker?
They said he just played on special teams. He didn't play on offense. Or much. I guess he was in on the last play, is what Just Allo saying.
Whatever.
And we did get a super chat here.
Oh, go ahead, pull it up there. My bad.
Oops. From Donovan, thank you very much. Says 77 touches grass more than a lawnmower. Despicable. All right.
Hey, appreciate the super chat. If you didn't see the goal there, the goal, all proceeds will go to the Keep Myles Garrett Away from My QB Foundation. Okay.
Well, that one's funded, right? Because Cleveland ain't going to the playoffs, so you're done with them for the year.
I just want you to. It also, listen. He is the best defensive player in the league right now. Right, the best defensive player in the league. In 2 games, he's gotten 9 sacks, and he's lost both. They've lost both of those games. Because I mean. And listen, the first 2 sacks he got on Lamar, I was getting nervous because the second sack he picked up Lamar and slant and threw him down, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Lamar can't take too many more of those. But by the time he got the 4th sack beat, I was like, you know what? I think we're gonna be all right. I was like, last time this didn't work out for him. I think we're okay. Like you know what happened? He got Homer Simpson. All right, he's getting beat up too much, and they just got tired of beating on him, and they just wore down. What you reading?
Love West says, yes, I want to see us win, but what is the point for us to go to the playoffs and our O-line to completely fall off, or for our quote new and improved defense to show who they really are against a good team? Because anything can happen in the playoffs. There have been teams who look like they have no business being in the playoffs, or have no chance of contending, who get into the playoffs and make runs to the Super Bowl. Like, it's happened. And you've got Lamar Jackson, you've got Derrick Henry, you've got Kyle Hamilton. Like, you have some great players on the team. So getting into the playoffs, anything can happen at that point. I don't expect it to happen because, like you said, they don't look great even against lesser competition right now. But you make sure you get in, and it's anybody's game at that point.
Yeah. So, look, yes,
be the Falcons, and you happen to run into Carolina and Bryce Young in the playoffs, then you know exactly how that is going to go.
Yeah.
Right, gang?
What's going on? What's going on, Danity? Salute.
What's up,
Appreciate you. Listen to Danity. Says, welcome to the stream, everyone. Hit the like and subscribe button. We have a super chat goal. Also, Cash App, $LBHTShow. Hashtag road to 3K. Yes, if you are new in here, hit that subscribe button. All right. We trying to reach 3,000. We trying to reach 5,000. All right. 5,000. We can do it. All right. Help us get there. Share this with your friends and loved ones. Yes, Jay's in the house. Says got the sweep. I'm not gonna read the rest. We got I saw Omar Tillman in the house. Salute to you, Omar Tillman, another Panthers fan. We got our brother Jared Green in the house. Salute to you. Appreciate y'all coming through. I'm trying to get all the shots out here. Big Cuz is in the house. Osman's in the house. Black Ice says, what's good? What's good with you, Black Ice? Appreciate you. Yeah, y'all saying Tez did play on special teams. That ain't good enough, man. That ain't good enough. Like, especially in a game like today, a game like today where, I mean, look, it all goes back down to it goes back to the O-line. I mean, can you try to get Tez Walker out there to try to stretch the defense out? What does it matter if the O-line's not going to block? You know what I'm saying? We can't even run because they're refusing to block. It is, I mean, look, it's time. You know what?
It still matters. It still matters because, everything has to come together just for one play, right?
Yeah.
Bryce Young threw a pass that was like 35, around 35, 40 yards in the air that ended up, being a huge play. Normally you would say, hey, they're not blocking well enough for that. You don't have guys who can get open downfield and make those catches. But everything come together once. And the thing is, if they do block, they do their job one play, and he looks and ain't no Tez out there, then you're throwing it to Keaton Mitchell and it's bouncing off his hands for an interception. We got another super chat here from Donovan. Thank you very much. He says, yes, no more Garrett, but we still got to lube up TJ Watt. Look at his chops at the idea of facing such an awful unit. Swiss cheese has less holes. I will say this, TJ Watt has not been on the level of TJ Watt prior this season. He's not on
Myles Garrett level. Yeah.
But that's not as daunting as it has been in the past, but still not great.
Myles Garrett tossed Roger Rosengarten out the way and then picked up Lamar and threw him down on the ground.
Yeah. He's an angry man.
Like you ever see when bears attack? That's what he looked like. Lamar looked very disinterested in this game, and I agree with that. Okay, I don't want to be out there either. All right. Urban says, when Jose says look is size, I expect the truth, and I always get the truth. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to think positive, but I don't know how you look at that game other than getting the win. I'm not sure how much positive you get from that, because even the defense, you're supposed to dominate them, and I'm happy they did. I'm happy they did. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, this isn't a diss on them or anything like that. You did what you're supposed to do, but that O-line is so glaringly bad, man. Like, that's all I can take away from that game. It's hard to focus on anything else. Like, you can't, like, if your O-line ain't right, when it's like that, nothing can get right. You just saw Todd Monken do everything he could to get creative to get points on the board, and it still almost wasn't enough, but we did.
That's true. I don't know if you tried having a Tedoroa McMillan on your roster. It's working for Carolina. Okay.
Actually, we haven't.
I know. It's unfortunate.
Our friend Antonio's here. What's going on? Antonio says, what's up, guys? What a pathetic way to win, but I'll take it. I'll take the dub. Yes, we continue to play down to our opponents, and the whole team looked lifeless. Oh, and now we can't score in the red zone. Shaking my head. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, yes, okay, the O-line was bad. That interception, I mean, after the turnover, you bounce it off of Roger Rosengarten's head. I understand you don't expect Roger Rosengarten to immediately get pushed back, right? right into your line to throw. But you got to see that's on Lamar. I put that on Lamar. Right. That
Yeah,
was a bad that's a bad series for him. And there's another one. He got lucky. It should have been intercepted. We end up kicking a field goal, but that pass to Andrews in the red zone, that wasn't a good pass, man. Like like he just didn't have a good day. He didn't have a good day. It was very sloppy. So he's got to take some blame for that. But damn, man, like, listen, the only person out there that was really that was really putting in work was Derrick Henry. He was the only one that was really putting in work. And I mean, most running backs, when they get blown up that many times behind the line of scrimmage, I gotta go back and count. It had to be at least 4 or 5 times he got hit in the backfield. Like, I mean, when I say hit, I mean blown up. Like I get the ball and then boom, I'm laid out. Most running backs aren't going to keep fighting after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Derrick Henry fought all game, so salute to him.
Yeah, another super chat from Jay. Thank you very much. Bryce put up a 400-plus yard game, multiple touchdowns on damn near one leg. Build that man a statue in downtown Atlanta at this point.
Let's talk about it, man.
I will tell you one thing. Nobody hopes Bryce isn't the guy more than the Atlanta Falcons. They're out there like, man, you don't need somebody taller. You don't need somebody with a stronger arm. Like, he put up like 81 yards last week. What y'all doing? You need a new quarterback. But I mean, they hate to see that little man coming. They can't stand it. Like, it's funny because they still, like, they played hard obviously in this game. Yeah, not the last one, but they had a fourth down where Bryce tried to run for it, and like Jay said, his ankle is still bothering him, and he hurt it again today. But he gets around the corner, he gets like a half yard away from the fourth down, and I believe it was Caden Ellis grabbed this man with one hand and snatched him back like a goddamn toddler who was running towards the pool or something like that. He was snatched him by his collar and threw him back. It was like, no, Bryce. And I'm like, that happens when your quarterback is 10 pounds. But he the thing is, like, with Bryce, if you are close with Carolina in the fourth quarter, he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
And
listen, look, when you guys went for it on fourth down late in the game, and your O-lineman stepped on Bryce
multiple
times. And then somebody fell on his ankle and he went down.
Times,
I changed the channel. I was like, yeah, it's a wrap. Because I was like, Andy Dalton's going to come back in. I don't know why he's still on the team. Andy Dalton's going to come in, and that looks bad for Bryce. I don't know how bad it's going to be. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, they got Kirk Cousins on the other side. Like, I was like, it can't. It's not over. On his it's helmet, not over.
And then Bryce walked in front of him with his helmet on and went on the field. And he took his helmet off and talked to the dude. He was like, I can't believe they were about to put me out there. Did you see how close I was to touching the field?
Bryce is a hero.
Yeah.
Because Andy Dalton would have definitely tanked that game for you. What's going on, Adelia?
Yes. Hey, what's up, Adelia? Big win for Adelia's Broncos today over the Chiefs. Did not expect that. I thought that that Mahomes and that offense would be able to outpace Bo Nix and whatever 1830s offense they're running over there. But they got the win.
I want to run a quick score update because this drives home a point that you and I have been saying all year. So Patriots beat the Jets on Thursday, 27-14. Dolphins beat the Commanders in Madrid, 16-13. Commanders, man, they had their chances in that game. Packers come back from behind and beat the Giants 27-20. Mm-hmm. Texans beat the Titans 16-13. We talked about the Panthers winning overtime 30-27. Bears beat the Vikings 19-17. The Jaguars demolished the Chargers 35-6. Bills beat the Buccaneers 44-32. Steelers win over the Bengals 34-12. 49ers beat down the Cardinals. Sorry, Buck, 41-22. and the Rams beat the Seahawks 21-19.
I just want to take a moment to say that Bryce had 448 yards. It was a record for the Panthers. He broke Cam Newton's previous record. He had 3 touchdowns and no turnovers today. And Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. Glad we dodged that bullet, right? People love to say, "Oh man, the Panthers made a huge mistake letting Sam go." Every time Sam sees a defense that is active and lively, he can't. He goes colorblind. He goes colorblind and noodle on.
Looking at today's scores and looking at this question right here, y'all think the Chiefs missed the playoffs? This drives home the point that we've been saying. Anybody can be beat this year.
Yeah,
anybody can be beat. There are no great teams, which is why
going back to up across from Atlanta.
To answer your question, Kwame, look, right now they're not in the playoffs, but I think it's hard for me to think that the Chiefs missed the playoffs. I think they'll make a strong push and they make it, but this is why you have to play, you have to fight in all these games. And to whoever asked earlier about the Ravens making it even with the poor O-line, look, man, you just got to play the games. It doesn't look good, right? I wouldn't pick the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, but you never know. Yeah. You just got to – it really is this year for all these teams, one game at a time. So it looks really bad. And what the Ravens need to do is start dumpster diving. But we'll get that in a second. Let's keep cooking on the Panthers win, because the Panthers are a half a game out of first place.
Yep. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers allowed Josh Allen to remake his MVP claim by letting him score 6 touchdowns today, 3 passing and 3 rushing. He did have a couple of interceptions, but nobody's going to remember that because they won the game 44 to, I believe it was 32. Yeah. Carolina is a half game back of Tampa Bay for the division. They play Tampa Bay 2 more times this year. The Panthers, I didn't know this, but they have the toughest remaining schedule in the league. So they're at 6 wins right now, and they're probably going to have to get to 10 or 11 to win that division. They're going to have to beat Tampa twice. They're going to have to beat Seattle. They're going to have to beat San Francisco. It's going to be a tough road for them, but it's there for them. It's not, they don't have to rely on anybody else. They are, as you say, in control of their own destiny. So they can go out there and they can take this division if it's in them.
Yeah. Shout out to Teteroa, man. He had 2 touchdowns today, right?
Yeah.
And Xavier
8 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns for Teteroa. That's 4 on the year, 2 against Dallas, 2 against Atlanta. Xavier had a touchdown today, and he had, I believe, 7 catches. So he was out there making plays. Jalen Coker made a few plays for him as well. Tommy Tremble made the play. Tommy Tremble, who is somehow just a bit slower than Mark Andrews, made a great play, but could not house it like the great Sooner because he's from Notre Dame. But he did make a fantastic play. He broke a few tackles, stiff-armed one dude out of existence, and they all stepped up. They all rallied around Bryce, and look, the defense looked awful to start the game. They started with a 3 and out. They started with a 3 and out, and then they gave up 3 straight touchdowns. And I was like, wow. I don't want to say it's over, but it doesn't look great. but then they stood up the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not even going to blame him for Bijan running all. Bijan is a freak.
Yeah,
Bijan moves north and south and east and west at a different speed than everyone else on the field.
Yeah, some of those runs, I was just like,
Princely, what are you gonna do about that? Got into the backfield and was about to hit him, and Bijan teleported. Yeah, I saw him. I saw it happen. Like, I saw it live, and then I saw it on the replay. He teleported out of the way, and Princely, he turned around and was like, "Yo, what the hell? Like, what am I gonna do about that?"
Yeah. So, but look, you got the win.
Yeah.
Who you have next week?
Next week is the 49ers. So they're going to be 7-5. And then the week after is the Rams. That's a tough one. Matt Stafford's playing out of his mind. Puka Nakua's playing out of his mind. and somehow their second receiver is Devontae Adams. So that's going to be really difficult. But there's nobody that Carolina can't beat.
One game at a time.
It's just a matter of them going in and executing and not making mistakes, not shooting themselves in the foot.
If you're a Panthers fan, this is a very interesting year for you. Okay, this is not a boring year. This is not a man. Let me just turn the TV off type of season because we don't have anything. No, you literally don't know what you're getting week to week. You're rolling the dice week to week. It's always a surprise.
Jay says I was about to curse out Merrick because Bijan was running straight through his chest. I wasn't going to curse him out. I commend him because he made several tackles on Bijan. He stopped him from getting in the end zone, even though he got blasted back into the end zone himself. And you know what? He kept on getting up and he kept on hitting. All right.
Yeah.
Like Bijan is a freak. There's some guys in the league that you come up against that you do your best, and then you just tip your hat to them and you thank God that they're leaving. All right. Y'all play one of them today. You can't get mad at them dudes for not blocking Myles Garrett. Nobody can block Myles Garrett.
I can get mad for getting tossed out the way. Like you're getting. I don't want my right tackle getting decleated.
Nobody wants that, but sometimes listen, Reggie White. That was just Reggie White's default move.
Yeah,
and he would do that to all pro linemen with one arm. Like yes. Sometimes you just can't do anything about it.
I'm not mad. Myles Garrett, there's nothing you can do about Myles Garrett. Nothing. Yeah. Nobody can do anything about Myles Garrett. If he wants to get the sack, he's going to get the sack. You're not going to commit two guys to him because you don't want Mason Graham getting that work either. But what about everybody else? Why is everybody else getting in and blowing up my quarterback and my running back? You know, look, the foundation that's going on right now, all proceeds go to keep Myles Garrett away from my quarterback, but also keep the defenders away from my running back. Can he get the ball and at least get 2 steps before he gets contact?
Nah.
All right.
That's too much.
Well, yes, 93 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, hit the subscribe button. Also, patreon.com/LBHTShow. That's how you can support the show on a monthly basis for as little as $5 a month. I got to get a list of the new subscribers. We got to start giving some shout outs on here to the new subscribers until we get all of our fireworks and everything back up.
Dude, it says this is the most interesting NFL season to me in a while. And I'm not just saying that because the Broncos are good. I like that it's been so unpredictable. Yeah. Unpredictable is good. I do agree with you there. I would prefer that it was unpredictable with a few teams that you could legitimately say are great teams, and are just, everybody's playing at a higher level. The unpredictability is coming from a team you thought was really good just plays really terribly 1 week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks if you're the Packers.
Don Vicado says Lamar can't be expected to perform like Lamar under borderline Aurelian. Because this is well, the last time he had an actual pocket football terrorist. Harbaugh is so entranced with 77. Insane. Yeah. Yes. And I think when people talk about Lamar's body language, or they talk about, hey, it looks like he might be hurt. He's not really moving like he was at first. Yeah, he's hurt. Mm-hmm. Not might be hurt. He is hurt. That's why he didn't practice most of the week with a sore knee. That's why he was out for a few weeks with a sore hamstring. Like, he's not 100%. He's not going to do Lamar Jackson things, especially when you don't inspire him to do anything. Like, he has to think, what am I going to do to avoid a sack after I hike this ball? Not how are we going to not let's execute this play and let me hit my guy in stride. Let me try to make something happen because I know this guy's going to be there. It is, I'm going to hike this ball and they're immediately going to be in the backfield. And I got to think about how to avoid the sack and try to make something happen.
And like I said, with Carolina, they rallied around Bryce, right? Mm-hmm. And that's something that hasn't happened with Baltimore very often in Lamar's career. You say that, hey, he hikes the ball and he's automatically got to worry about getting sacked immediately, And Carolina, and it's not just the Panthers. Like, it's a lot of different teams, but the Panthers are running out like their fourth right guard, their second center. You know, at times they've been down to their second or third right tackle, but they stay and fight, right? They don't always win, but they block for Bryce. You've got Xavier Leggett out there having the game of his life. You know, you've got Jalen Coker making big time plays. You got Tedderall McMillan having the best game of his young career, right? You know, Rico Dowdle, Daniel ran out of his shoes to get that touchdown at the end of the game, and you know you should have slowed down because you stepped out of bounds. But you know, you have guys that step up and make plays and play at least for a portion of the game above their heads, right? You know, they play better than you would expect them to be able to play.
Yeah.
And in Baltimore, I hate to say it because it's Derrick Henry will do it. I think Zay Flowers does it. But the rest of the guys turn around, they're like, oh, shit, that must have hurt.
Mark Andrews did it today. I'll give Mark Andrews.
Mark did it today. But normally Mark is in line, turning around, looking like, damn, that must have hurt. Lamar, you okay?
Yeah.
Get up.
Our guy keeping it real is here, B. What's going on? Says the Ravens and Panthers are somehow still alive.
Don't say somehow for the Panthers, man. We thriving. Yeah. All right, we thriving over here. Y'all are still alive.
No, I'm gonna give Mark his credit today. He's balling out. I love that. I love that play call from Tom Monken. I love that Mark actually said, "I'm gonna put the burners on for this one."
That's because today was Mark's day, right? He knew he was breaking the record today. He's like, I got to show out today.
Yeah.
Don't look for him next week.
And it feels like it feels like a loss because of how bad we played, but it's not a loss. We won. Right. We won. So that is we're back to 500. Yeah, that is all that matters because you know they can play better than that.
And you know they will play better than that.
Yes. And if you can get the win when you're not executing, because I mean, everybody, the special teams killed us too.
Yeah.
Right. The muff punt that put them right there in field goal range. I mean, they should have scored a touchdown, but the defense held them to 3. The fourth down and we go off sides and then they get the ball. You know, the fumble. Well, no. It was just the one muff punt. But there was all kinds of things in that game that really put us in bad situations, and we still got the win.
You ain't got to worry about it. It's like last week. When Carolina was on that bye and they let I believe it was Coastal Carolina go out there and play New Orleans, and they looked terrible, right? But after the game, what is it? It was a bad day. We're still going to beat Atlanta.
Yeah,
that's all. You know, this was a bad day, and you got the win on a bad day, so that's great. But you know, it was a bad day, and next week, who are they playing next week?
That's a good question. Who is it the Bengals?
I want to say it's the Bengals. They're gonna beat the hell out of the Bengals next week.
Yeah, Bengals. The magic is starting to wear off with them. Who do we have next week, guys?
Yeah, I believe it's Cincinnati, and then you play Pittsburgh. I think. I've got it right here. You have next week. Oh no, you got the Jets. It's even better. You got the Jets, the Bengals, and then Pittsburgh. So yeah, this is an ugly game, ugly game. You stuck it out. You got the win. You made the plays that you needed to make. The defense, Kyle Hamilton looks like he's had an awakening. Not that he was playing super poorly before, but like he's playing on a whole other level. But yeah, you made the plays you needed to make. You got the win. You're gonna beat the hell out of the Jets. You're gonna beat the hell out of the Bengals, and the Steelers are going to. And this is a reference that maybe is not great for everyone in the room, but in Ghost of Tsushima, when you go into the I forget what it's called, the blood mode or whatever, and you just chopping through people, and then some of the enemies, they put their sword down and say, "Please, not me too," and they run away. That's what Pittsburgh's going to be in a couple of weeks by the time you get to them.
Is Aaron Rodgers going to be playing by then? I don't know. He hurt his wrist.
I think he is.
I don't know how bad it is.
I feel like he is.
I feel like he's not. I feel like every week he's gotten worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
He's declining, and this is his way out.
Yeah, maybe. But I think Mike Tomlin going to get him in a room and inspire him. to lace them up again.
Yes, Kwame, 6-5
Yeah,
coming
because
up.
what are you right now? 5-5.
5-5.
Yeah, so 6-5 next week, 7-5 with the Bengals, and should be 8-5 with the Steelers.
And that's coming back from 1-5.
Mm-hmm. But that's
So
what we said when you dropped to 1-5. Like it sucked. Nobody wants to be 1-5. Nobody likes that. That's a solid month of everybody clowning you. But they had nobody on their schedule who should be able to beat them,
right,
for the foreseeable future.
and what we want to see, and even when you're playing bad teams, what you want to see is improvement, because what it is, the difference between, especially this year, top teams and bottom teams is execution, discipline. It's those little things that will separate you. Who's going to make less mistakes? And last week, I thought we made some serious strides against the Vikings because they made all the mistakes at home. We didn't have too many penalties or anything like that. This week we reverted back. Now Myles Garrett will do that to you, but back to the drawing board. You play the Jets next week, then you get the Bengals. Yes, those are some get right games for you. But the offensive line, I said it last week on the Ravens Roundup. I'm gonna say it again this week on the Ravens Roundup. Todd Monken and Harbaugh. No. Harbaugh, do it without him in the room because I don't want him near the offense. Todd Monken needs to go through all the plays. He needs to go through all the plays and figure out what they're good at. What are their strengths? And only do those plays. Do more of those. Less of the ones where they're getting depleted when an edge rusher comes off and blows up our quarterback. Do less of that. Do less of those plays where they don't know who to block and somebody's running free up the middle to blow up Derrick Henry. No more of those plays because they don't know the play, right? That's not a lack of ability. They don't know what to do out there. So if they can't figure it out by now, just scrap the play. Scrap the play.
Game Too Easy says, will Tavius be back by then? I forgot about him till this week. I'm not sure, Game, but do you have any Falcons questions for us? Is Michael Penix going to be all right? I do hope Michael Penix is going to be okay for next week. He got hurt and he left the game. But no, like any Falcons related topics you want to go over, Game? Would you like to put in the chat who you are hoping to get in the top 10 of the draft next year? Perhaps. I don't know. But that's up to you. No pressure. Tavius, I'm not sure on.
That doesn't do anything for the O-line.
Corey says Tavius will be estimated to be back by week 12. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm being very cordial, Game. What do you mean? I asked you very politely if you have any Falcons related questions. I'm sorry. It's a simple yes or no, man. That's all.
What's up, Go Man says the energy is changing. He always believed, B. He always believed.
Okay? I hope you're not talking about my energy. Because again,
because we did say that from a while back that they're going to go on this run.
Yeah, I said at 1-5 that y'all were going to win your next 10.
And I'm not jumping up and down for this game.
No.
This game was very concerning. The Myles Garrett sacks isn't what's concerning. It's everything else.
Yeah.
It's everything else. And again, they really do. They need to sit with these old linemen and ask them, what plays are you not getting? Like, what don't you understand? We're just having an open discussion here. Tell me when we say do this.
I'll be like, where do I put my hands? That's his number one question.
Whatever is confusing them, whatever they're having trouble with, do not run those plays anymore. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm serious. You just don't. If something's confusing you, just don't. We're not doing that. Because I rather we do something that's predictable, but we can block up than the stuff we did today.
I love this stuff. He says, "What, Jose? We dominated on defense. You dominated one of the worst offenses in the league.
What about everything else, though?
Like,
man,
come on, man.
What? No, like he didn't say we dominated the game.
No.
What about everything else in the game, go man? You know, did we dominate on offense? Did we dominate on special teams? I mean, come on, you watch the same game I watch. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Dominated houseway.
Oh man. And I think the energy that you're sensing, go man, is the energy that I'm getting from the Panthers wins.
Yeah,
So.
another team held to under 19 points. Yeah, good for the defense.
Yeah, man, like you're not playing anybody.
Listen,
it's fine. It is what it is. But oh Lord, don't do this. Don't do the defense win championships. Why you ain't got no championships then with Lamar in the league?
Why aren't the Browns winning?
Why aren't the Browns winning? The Browns defense is really good.
Yeah. We'll get our chance to really see if the defense has come a long way when we play the Patriots. We play the Bengals twice. We play the Packers. We'll really see then. And I hope they do. And of course the playoffs. You know, I really hope they've turned it around. And we need these games. I told you this. We need these games. We need to be able to beat up some of these teams so they can get their confidence out there. Like you said, B. Kyle Hamilton looks like he's playing differently, right? It's the lights starting to turn on a little bit. It looks like Roquan's gotten a little bit more confidence back. It looks like Nate Wiggins is getting more confidence out there. We need them to stop second guessing themselves out there. So when they play these better teams, they're playing better, cohesive football.
Yeah. He says, Gomez says, wow, the energy is changing. Yeah, man, that's because you're here. Listen, I was perfectly happy with just saying, hey, good win, good game. Look forward to next week. But I'm just, you're not gonna come in here and take a lap on this fraud ass win streak. You beat Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, and Cleveland, bro.
Oh, Chicago's on a win streak. B.
I was about to say Chicago is the only one of those wins I even remotely respect. Because you had Tyler Huntley in the game. And shout out to Tyler. Tyler Huntley had a great one of those backup quarterback commercials. I love that series of commercials, mind you. All of them are good except for Mitchell Trubisky. That one, they did Mitch dirty on that one. But I saw one with Tyler Huntley today. It was pretty funny.
That I did.
Yeah,
I like all those commercials.
I like all of them except for Mitchell Trubisky, and that's not Mitch's fault. They put him in a bad spot.
Wait, the one where he's ordering food?
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I like all of them. Yeah. I thought that one was funny too.
The Tyler Huntley one was funny.
I think 2 out of Tyler Huntley's wins.
Yeah, he's like Bryce. Chicago. He's like Bryce. He owns the Bears.
I think he does.
They can't see Tyler. I'm glad all those backers are getting those commercials too.
Yeah. So all right. We're almost at an hour. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I will be here tomorrow morning in Hendo. I'm not sure who else will be here, but we're doing a morning stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays for now. This is a test run. It's a quick stream starting at 6:15, 6:30-ish. I got to figure out who's all going to be on the show. It's meant to be 15 to 20 minutes. Might go a little bit longer, a tiny bit longer. Just turn your notification bells on.
Kwame says y'all ain't played nobody yet, Jay, talking about the Carolina Panthers. And this is why you and me are at odds, Kwame.
The Packers aren't?
The Packers ain't nobody? You couldn't beat the Packers.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out if we can beat the Packers. We'll see.
Disgusting.
We'll see.
Why the jealousy? Why the jealousy, Kwame? Y'all are 500 now.
All right, lock in, B. Lock in. 6:15 to 6:30-ish. I don't have a set time yet. This is a test run. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Set your notification bells if you want that morning. This is a quick morning stream. You want some quick sports talk while you're getting ready for work or on your way to work or at work already, depending on how early you get there. All right. Yes, lock in, B. We're giving you more content. So turn the notification bells on. Also on Wednesdays, the LBHT show, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. and the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHTShow. Also, we have some channel members in here too. That's another way you can access the Overtime Show and get access to our Discord channel. What are you laughing at, B?
Kwame said to go back and see what Jay said. So I'm gonna okay. Apologies, Kwame, for right now. But Jay said the Cowboys' high octane offense would have destroyed the Ravens secondary too. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they would have.
I don't know.
Yeah, they would have.
I don't know.
Was that the comment that you were referring to, or where are we at here? Let's see. Keep scrolling. Okay, is it this one? We was not expected to beat the Cowboys either. The Patriots are balling this year. Jaguars defense is better than anybody expected. With the rest of the NFC West coming up, that's another story. I don't know. Like what? I'm not seeing anything that's changing my opinion here, Kwame. If I'm not finding the correct comment, you let me know.
Cowboys high octane offense just lost to Cardinals last week, 27-17. I don't know about that, B. Okay. I don't like. Do they have offense? Yes, but I mean they're not consistent though.
I mean, yeah, and we're talking about the Ravens defense.
Yeah, so they're playing better.
They are also not consistent.
No, they're not. That's why I said I don't know. You're saying it as a matter of fact. I'm saying I
am saying it as a matter of fact because Houston dropped 44 on y'all.
Yeah.
So
okay, and we've gone 3 weeks or 4 weeks without giving up 20 points.
And the Chiefs dropped 37 on y'all.
What did the Bears drop on us?
The Bears dropped 16, but they're not at the level of those other offenses.
Neither the Cowboys.
They did different.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think so.
3-5-1. That's their record.
Yeah, no. Nobody said that they were a good team. Said they're a high octane offense.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So they are. Let's see. They're 4th in the league in scoring. They scored 29 a game.
Not last game.
And I apologize to Chicago. Chicago's up there. They're at 25.8. So they're pretty good. But yes, they absolutely have a high octane offense.
So is Chicago.
they have a lower octane offense. Top 5 and then other. But that's all right. But the point is, Dak ain't Caleb Williams. I like Caleb, and I think Caleb is going to be a great quarterback for a long time. He's not yet.
Yeah.
And Dak only disappears in the playoffs. So
they were high octane offense last year too, weren't they?
Dallas, no.
Yeah.
No, Dak didn't play last year.
Yeah, he did play last year.
Isn't? Oh, was that 2 years ago he missed?
That's 2 years ago.
Okay. Well, maybe they were.
Yeah. We were a bad defense last year, right?
Not this bad.
Not as bad as beginning.
Not as bad as they started out.
We were pretty bad. We destroyed them last year.
Yeah. But they didn't have George Pickens last year.
They had Micah Parsons.
Yeah, but he plays defense.
Yeah. We still destroyed them.
Yeah, but he plays defense. So
yeah, but the defense supposed to get the ball back. Goldman said defense wins championships.
Yeah, but Goldman, Goldman says a lot of things. All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. And you didn't destroy them last year. You beat them by 3.
We destroyed them.
And Dak threw for 379. This is why you can't talk to Ravens fans. This is why I'm always on my phone. This is why I Google stuff. This is why I Google things.
All I heard was you won.
People just
what'd you guys hear, chat? You won.
379, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's what Dak did to y'all last year.
We won. We destroyed them. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Listen, when you win, you get the
disingenuous.
You get to write the history books when you're the winner. The victor writes the history books.
Be honest. Be honest. All right. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's why you gotta fact check everyone and everything.
Trust no one.
Exactly.
Yes, we did. We did. I was blowing 28-6 lead.
Somebody told me that Carolina was gonna blow out New Orleans last week. Right? Like you just can't be taking people's word for stuff.
All right, man. We gotta get out of here, man. I still gotta
go. Detroit, who's playing tonight? Jared Goff already threw an interception to Cooper DeJean.
Oh, okay. What's the score of that game?
I don't know. But I'm upset about it because I need Jahmyr Gibbs to score some points. Philly's up 3-0, 4 minutes left in the first.
All right.
And Jahmyr Gibbs has 1 carry. I don't like that. I don't like that.
All right, look, congratulations to both of our teams. Still in the playoff hunt. It is 1 game at a time. So the Panthers next week, who do y'all play?
Next week we got San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. So gotta be all in on this week. And they should know by now. Those players should know. You have to, it's week to week. You can't overlook anybody. And I don't think they are, but like you have to really lock in and focus on the opponent, right? All hands need to be on deck to get these wins for you guys. And they can do it. Ravens, same thing. They have to realize, and I think they already know. They learned their lesson. All hands on deck. Everybody gotta be, gotta be locked in, especially the defense. And the defense is doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing what they were paid to do. They were paid to keep this team in games. If the offense can't get it going, then it's up to the defense to get the ball back and keep them and keep them winning. Now, had Kyle Hamilton gotten that second interception right after throwing that interception, that would have really sent a statement.
Yeah.
Right. But that's okay. Close enough. We'll take it.
House says garbage time stats for Dak. That is false. That's not true.
What, this year?
No, talking about when they played Baltimore last year. It was not garbage time.
No.
Listen, garbage time isn't a real thing. We need to stop with that. That's not a real thing. We don't subtract stats from the winning teams.
True.
Like it's not garbage time isn't a real thing.
Yeah. All right. We getting out of here. Y'all go watch the football. Hit those notification bells if you want to see us in the morning. Well, me and Hendo. We'll get beyond there one of these days.
No, you won't.
We'll get beyond there. All right. That's it. That is our morning stream. We'll talk a little bit of Ravens and just other headlines from around the sports world. Real quick streams, just to get the day going. If you like it, support it. And if you want to support us even further, patreon.com/LBHTShow. What's going on, Suge? Suge says he'll be on there. We'll see. We can't be look, everybody want to be on the morning stream. She ain't gonna be on there. You'll be sleeping.
Listen, it'll take a Herculean effort to get me onto a morning stream at 6:15 in the AM. But when I say Herculean effort, I mean one the previous day stream needs to accumulate like $200 in Cash App donations, and then I will be on the following day stream. Other than that,
monetary incentives do help. We will say that. All right, B, are you ready?
I am always ready.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Enjoy the games. Peace.
Ooh, that was an accident.
Oh wow!
No, I accidentally
logo.
I accidentally hit the button. I didn't mean to click on that. That doesn't mean I'm not ready. It's an accident. I don't know why you like this. All right,
where's the
we will see y'all on Wednesday. Bye. Ridiculous.